It doesn't start with a loud explosion or steel robots marching down our streets. The quietest revolutions are always the deadliest. Right now, in sterile, freezing server rooms across Silicon Valley, lines of code are silently learning, evolving, and preparing to do something once thought impossible: to replace us. Millions of professionals walk into their offices every morning, sipping coffee, entirely oblivious to the fact that their livelihoods are already on the digital execution block, waiting for a switch to be flipped. For years, we comforted ourselves with a convenient lie. AI will only take the repetitive, blue-collar jobs. We believed our creativity, our cognitive complexity, and our university degrees made us untouchable. But the cold reality of the 2020s has shattered that illusion. This silent predator doesn't care about your tenure, your prestigious title, or the years you spent mastering your craft. It operates on pure efficiency, and it is coming for the white-collar workforce first. Consider the first casualty of this silent takeover: the customer support industry. For decades, global call centers were the economic lifelines of entire nations, employing millions of professionals who resolved complex human frustrations with empathy. Today, those massive, buzzing office floors are growing eerily quiet. Generative AI agents, capable of speaking with perfect human inflection, understanding complex emotions in real time, and resolving issues in seconds without ever needing a break, are systematically erasing these roles overnight. It is a chillingly efficient transition. These digital voices do not get tired. They do not ask for raises, and they never have a bad day. When a single software license can replace an entire department of 500 workers for a fraction of the cost, the financial math becomes brutal and undeniable. The human voice on the other end of the line, once a symbol of assurance, is being permanently replaced by a synthetic echo that sounds more human than we do. But the machine's appetite isn't satisfied with basic conversation. It has already set its sights on the architects of language, the copywriters and content creators. There was a time when writing was considered the ultimate expression of human intellect, a sacred space where AI could never compete. Yet, with a single prompt, modern language models can churn out persuasive ad copy, optimized articles, and deeply researched reports in a heartbeat. The digital ink is drying on a profession that used to rely on human inspiration, proving that even our thoughts can be reverse engineered and mass-produced. This is only the outer edge of the storm, the initial tremor before the ground truly gives way. As these first two pillars of the traditional job market crumble, the algorithms are already scanning the horizon, looking for their next targets. Professions we once deemed entirely immune to automation. The terrifying truth isn't just that these jobs are disappearing, but how quickly the net is closing around the rest of us. The question is no longer if the machine will come for your desk, but whether you will even notice when it finally arrives. If you think the digital takeover is limited to text, look closely at the screens around you. The world of visual art and graphic design is currently experiencing an unprecedented, quiet execution. For decades, companies paid thousands of dollars to human designers, illustrators, and artists to bring their brands to life. Today, neural networks can synthesize breathtaking, hyper-realistic imagery, corporate logos, and complex concept art in less than 3 seconds. The canvas is no longer painted with human hands. It is generated by mathematical probabilities. This shift has sent shockwaves through the creative community. Millions of artists who spent years perfecting their anatomy, perspective, and color theory are finding themselves competing against a machine that has digested every piece of art in human history. To a corporate executive, the choice is simple. Wait 3 weeks and pay a human artist a fair wage? Or type a single sentence into a generator and get 100 options instantly for free. The human element of design is being reduced from a mastercraft to a mere curation job, leaving seasoned professionals staring at a blank screen, wondering how their passion became obsolete.
Perhaps the most bitter irony of this technological revolution lies in the very rooms where it was built. For a decade, the ultimate career advice was simple: learn to code. Coding was seen as the golden ticket to high-paying, future-proof employment. But the developers who built the foundations of artificial intelligence have inadvertently coded their own replacements. Today, advanced language models can write, debug, and optimize complex software code at a speed that makes human programmers look like they are working in slow motion.
Junior developers and software testers are finding the door slammed shut. Why hire a team of entry-level coders to build a website or test a mobile application when a single senior engineer paired with an AI copilot can do the work of 10 people in half the time? The stepping stones of the tech industry are dissolving. The machine doesn't suffer from syntax errors, it doesn't get distracted by endless meetings, and it can write code in any programming language known to mankind, instantly. The golden era of the binary architect is quietly drawing to a close. Deep in the corporate architecture, another massive pillar is collapsing: data entry and basic analysis. For generations, legions of workers earned their livings by organizing spreadsheets, cross-referencing databases, and analyzing market trends. It was a job defined by meticulous attention to detail. But algorithms don't just read data, they comprehend its patterns instantly. Large language models and automation pipelines can ingest millions of data points, detect anomalies, and generate flawless financial reports in the blink of an eye, leaving human data analysts completely outpaced. 5 critical professions, once deemed the bedrock of modern society, are already sliding into obsolescence. But the machine's reach is expanding, moving past the digital screen and creeping into highly specialized, highly respected fields where human judgment was once thought irreplaceable. The next phase of this invasion isn't just about speed, it's about decision-making, law, and global communication. As we step deeper into the shadows of this transition, the illusion of safety is about to shatter for those who think their elite degrees will save them. For centuries, the legal profession was seen as an impenetrable fortress of human intellect. Becoming a lawyer or a legal researcher required years of grueling study, the memorization of endless statutes, and the precise parsing of dense, archaic language. But inside law firms across the world, a quiet panic is setting in. The fortress has a breach. Algorithms trained on centuries of case law can now analyze thousands of pages of contracts, identify hidden loopholes, and draft complex legal briefs in seconds, a task that used to take junior lawyers and paralegals weeks of exhausting labor. This is the silent death of the paralegal and the legal assistant. Law firms, driven by the relentless pressure to cut costs, are rapidly realizing they no longer need armies of researchers to dig through archives. The machine doesn't miss a single footnote. It doesn't get tired at 3 in the morning, and it operates with a terrifying level of precision. The vital entry-level positions where aspiring lawyers once cut their teeth are evaporating, leaving a generation of law graduates with mountain-sized debts and a rapidly shrinking horizon of opportunity. Beyond the courtroom, another linguistic barrier has been permanently dismantled, taking an entire global industry with it. The profession of translation and interpretation was once a beautiful art, requiring a deep, nuanced understanding of culture, idiom, and human emotion. Today, real-time AI translation has evolved from clunky, literal dictionary lookups into an incredibly sophisticated, context-aware engine. The human translator, who once bridged the gap between global superpowers, business empires, and literature, is being bypassed by software that can translate spoken and written language instantly, with flawless accuracy. This isn't just about translating a website or a manual. It's about the complete erasure of the human middleman in global commerce. Handheld devices and earpieces can now translate conversations in real time, matching the speaker's original voice, tone, and emotional inflection. The massive agencies that once managed thousands of professional translators for international conferences and corporate mergers are watching their business models disintegrate. The world is becoming instantly connected, but the human linguists who spent their lives building those bridges are finding themselves stranded. With 7 industries already shaken to their core, the digital shadow continues to stretch. The machine has mastered words, art, code, and language. Now, it is turning its cold, calculating gaze toward the pulse of the global economy: money, negotiation, and persuasion. In the high-stakes worlds of finance and sales, where human intuition and greed once ruled supreme, the algorithms are preparing to make their most aggressive play yet. The question isn't just about losing your job anymore. It's about whether you can even compete when the rules of the game are being rewritten. For decades, the lifeblood of commerce has been persuasion, the raw, human art of the sale. We believed that convincing another person to part with their hard-earned money required a human soul, a quick wit, and deep emotional intelligence. But inside the aggressive world of telemarketing and inside sales, the human touch is being systematically engineered out. Cold calling, once a grueling rite of passage for millions of hungry sales representatives, is being handed over to conversational AI agents that never stutter, never take rejection personally, and can make thousands of highly personalized calls simultaneously. These digital sales agents are a far cry from the robotic auto-dialers of the past. They are hyper-advanced neural networks that analyze the subtle microtones in your voice, detect your hesitation, and adapt their pitch in real time to exploit your psychological triggers. They don't need coffee breaks, they don't suffer from burnout, and they don't complain about bad leads. For business owners, replacing a costly, volatile sales floor with a silent, hyper-effective algorithm that converts leads at double the rate is an easy choice, rendering the traditional telemarketer obsolete. But if you think the machine is only targeting the entry-level hustle, look higher, all the way to the glass towers of Wall Street. The high-stakes world of financial analysis and stock trading was long considered the pinnacle of human ambition, a place where elite mathematical minds made split-second, multi-million-dollar decisions. Yet, the trading floors that once buzzed with chaotic energy and shouting traders are now eerily calm. Human intuition is simply no match for quantitative AI models that can digest global news, social media sentiment, and complex market data in milliseconds to execute trades before a human can even blink. Financial analysts who spent their lives studying market trends are finding that their expensive degrees cannot compete with predictive algorithms. The machine doesn't rely on gut feelings, nor does it fall victim to panic during a market crash. It operates on cold, mathematical probability. Portfolio management, risk assessment, and market forecasting are being automated at a breathtaking pace. When an algorithm can predict market movements with surgical precision and manage billions of dollars with zero human error, the elite financial analyst becomes little more than an expensive liability. 9 pillars of the global economy have now been compromised, their foundations cracked by the unstoppable march of the algorithms. From the creative arts to the halls of justice, and from the chaotic trading floors to the quiet offices of software developers, the machine is winning. Only one final job remains on our list: a
profession so deeply rooted in human identity and expression that its automation feels like a violation of the soul. As we prepare to look into the mirror and face this final 10th casualty, the ultimate question looms larger than ever. When the dust settles, will there be any room left for you?